welcome to my 6th ever Talk to Me Tuesday. It is the beginning of a brand new week in which I hope there will be more crafting than there was last week. um, I'm hoping that tomorrow, as it will actually be Tuesday, I'm recording this Monday night, that we'll do another Talk to Me Tuesday in my classroom, which I think was a hit last week. We'll see. If it's craziness this week, then we won't do it again. But I thought it was fun for them. So anything to get the morale up. Like I said, not a whole lot of crafting going on, which is sad times. I did though. I picked up my. It's sitting back there, that's why I'm turning around and looking behind me. I started knitting my Doctor Who scarf again. Was not sure if it's something that I'm going to keep doing a lot, but I haven't knit in so long, so it was a lot of fun to pick the knitting needles back up. But it hurt. My hands are so out of practice, I guess, that it felt so awkward. I guess I need to exercise those muscles a little better. I lost my crochet needle. I'm assuming it's somewhere under the couch, but I don't see it, and it's really sad because that's my only crochet needle. Or hook. It's a hook, not a needle. That's why I started knitting, because I lost my crochet hook and I wanted to do something with my hands the other day. So hopefully I'll find my crochet hook so I can keep trucking on. Probably just gonna finish off that weird rectangular pink blob that I was working on and maybe use it as a washcloth. I don't know. Oh, yawn! Oh! Ooh. I'm sorry, I've yawned so much tonight. It's so bad. Anyway, but aside from the little bit of knitting and the lost crochet needle, that is about all that has been going on in my world this week. It happens. Just a few random things, though, I was really excited. I went to the bookstore last night to pick up some books for my class, and they're having a sale over at the Books A Million by my house, and I found in the dollar bin Bella's engagement ring. Yes, be jealous. Edward Cullen. Been going to Jared since 1901. Yes. I mean, it just makes me laugh. I know I had to get it because it was $1, and they're usually like $30, this particular brand. I'm not a huge Twilight fan, and I'm sorry to those of you who adore Twilight. I mean, it's bad. I say that I'm not a fan. I do like it. It's my guilty pleasure. I enjoy reading it when I'm really stressed, if I need something just to laugh at, because it just gives me an inordinate and ridiculous amount of pleasure. I'm not gonna lie, I've read all the books multiple times. I've been to the movies, to the midnight premieres for all of them, I think. And for the last movie, I dressed up as Jane. She's by far my favorite character in the series. Well, I love me some Alice, but Jane is super fun, and it was pretty awesome. So I have a weird relationship with Twilight, but I like this ring. I think it's pretty, and it was $1, so really, whatever. But yeah, so I'm totally blinging out, or as my kids would say, I've got some mad swagger. So I'm just waiting for one of my kids to see it and be like, oh my god, did you get engaged? Because they think that I'm super old, and they can't believe that I'm not married. So I'm really surprised that nobody noticed it today. I don't know, maybe they're just used to my really weird jewelry, I guess. So aside from that, I just thought that I would take the opportunity this week so that I wouldn't waste a whole Tuesday to show off a couple of old projects, and I have 2 quilts that I'm going to show you in a minute. They're very small. I call them lap quilts. I mean, they're like squares that I can't really show you the size. I guess they're probably about 3 feet by 3 feet, like maybe 3.5 by 3.5. It's hard to tell. I don't think I measured them when I finished them. Really, really simple. The very first one that you're going to see right now, I was inspired to create, thanks to Open Gem's paper piecing site. This was not one of her patterns, but I just thought it was really neat. And I just kind of got it into my head that I would like to do some kind of quilt. And my niece, I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews, but my newest niece, who is 2 now, on her first birthday, I wanted to make her something special because, you know, I'm not around a lot. They live in upstate New York, and I live down here in the South. So I wanted her to have something that she could remember me by in the future, and just something nice. So I made a really simple pattern, and it's supposed to be a crown because she is a princess. Her parents are going to raise her like a princess for sure. Her room is completely pink, which I have moral problems with in general. So this was for her. I've only got one picture. It turned out okay. I just, at the time, I was kind of just flying by the seat of my pants. I didn't have tailor's chalk. I think I was using like a pen. So there's one part of the quilt where I think you can see like the pen on the seam line. So it's not that neat. But, I mean, honestly, for the purpose that it served, it was fine. And for a first foray into the world of quilting, I think it was not too bad. So here's that. And, you know, thank you, Open Jen. Now, this next one, interesting story. The fabric, I inherited a couple of yards of this orange satin fabric when we hosted a wedding at my house. A friend of the family who my dad works with, this young female teacher at his school who had been engaged for a while to her soulmate. They're so cute. I mean, they're easily one of the cutest couples I've ever come across. And they had been putting off getting married because it was just too expensive on their salaries. And so my dad offered up our house, and we have we've been fairly decent sized 2-story house that we moved in a couple of years ago, and they had their wedding here last August ish. And she loves orange. The bride loves orange, so she bought a bunch of orange satin fabric to drape over, what would you call it? Not a trellis. An arbor, like a little metal arbor we have in the front yard where we did the ceremony underneath the arbor in the front yard. And so she got this orange fabric to drape over, and, you know, afterwards, what are you going to do with all that fabric? She doesn't really sew, so I was like, I'll take it. But orange is a really awkward fabric to work with, especially satin. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the satin. So she wanted a couple pillows, which I still haven't actually made yet. But, so I have all this orange fabric, and I still have a ton. So I had a friend who had been going through a really rough time. She's younger. She's the daughter of one of the women that my mom works with, and had been really sick for a while and was in the hospital. And I wanted to make her something just so that she knew that she wasn't alone, and that somebody was thinking about her. And I also wanted to practice my quilting, which again is so primitive, which you'll see in a second. It's blocks. I mean, it's sad, and I probably shouldn't even be showing this off. So this is for her, and I like the green fabric. I like the mix of colors. I don't know about the mixture of fabric types though. The satin with the cotton was weird. But, you know, it happens, trial and error. So here is the little lap quilt, again, probably about 3 feet by 3 feet, that I made for her. So that is about it for this week. I am waiting to hear back. There is a Harry Potter camp at one of the local community theaters that I've been involved with this theater since middle school, and I found out they were doing this Harry Potter camp, so I've been emailing them and practically begging them to take me on as a counselor at this camp, offering up my services, such as they are. So I'm waiting to hear back from them, and I really, really hope I can be part of this somehow. I mean, it would be awesome to be paid for it, but I mean, how much fun would that be? I can teach the kids how to make wands, how to make props, cast spells, make wizarding food. We can have discussions about the books. We can, role play. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the camp is going to be like, but a theater camp with Harry Potter, it's got to be awesome. So, cross your fingers. I really hope that I hear back from them. So, have a fabulous week. Enjoy this, first full foray into March. Vive la March! Bye.